Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Carolina Panthers versus New England Patriots Week 4 matchup based on analytics. As you may or may not know, each week I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. And we are 3 weeks into the season, so it's not the biggest sample size ever. However, there will always be little nuggets of truth in every sample of data you see, which could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics, and if you are new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So let's begin. So looking at this matchup between the Carolina Panthers and the New England Patriots. In terms of the NFL stat basics, of course, the NFL stat basics takes into account, pretty much everything in terms of turnover percentage, offensive score percentage, defensive prevention of score percentage, defensive turnover percentage, how many turnovers does the defense create on a percentage standpoint, interception, all that kind of stuff, and also special teams. Pretty much based on the data in this game, it favors the Panthers. Now, I really don't know how I feel about this. Keep in mind that the Patriots just got out of a game with the Texans that was pretty dang close, and the Texans are by far one of the worst teams in the NFL, at least to start the season. So there's still a lot of stuff to do with that. However, the fact that the Panthers went up against one of the worst defenses in the NFL, in the New Orleans Saints, and underperformed in that game, I might add, this makes me kind of question the data in this particular thing. Again, this is based on 3 weeks worth of data for both of these football teams. For the Patriots and, of course, the Panthers. So take this with a grain of salt. But the data pretty much at this point favors them. Now let's talk about why it favors them before you go all crazy. It kind of favors them pretty much because of the sort of situations with defensive scoring, which is simply that the Panthers offense in terms of creating points and the Panthers defense in terms of preventing points has been better than the Patriots. The Patriots have been a very offensive heavy team. The Patriots defense has not been doing what it needs to do in terms of preventing points. It's not been doing what it needs to do in terms of creating sacks. It's not been doing what it needs to do in terms of creating turnovers. It's really just sort of, the Patriots are an offensive-centered football team this year versus a defensive-centered football team, where the Panthers have a little bit more balance, at least in the last 3 weeks. So this is kind of where that balance kind of goes. And you can see, when you look at the total O score, again, the total O score is basically a score derived from the offense's ability to create first downs with the run or first downs with the pass. It basically takes all the situations, combines them all, and then creates one score, and then compares that score to every single performance since 1998. And so far, the Patriots have been good when it comes to creating first downs with their offense. The Panthers, on the other hand, have not been doing that. But when you look at the defense, so the total D score, when the defense's ability to prevent first downs, the Panthers have been about average in that respect, a little bit below average, but about average. Whereas the Patriots have been the worst in this year when it comes to preventing first downs, whether it's run situations or pass situations overall. When you look at the overall sort of sense of their data, so. Again, I don't really know how I feel about this game. When you look at special teams kind of situations, the Patriots have advantages when it comes to punt returns, whereas the Panthers have advantages when it comes to kick returns. Defense against punt returns is pretty much the same, whereas the Patriots have better kick return defense. Field goal percentage is pretty much the same. Extra point percentage favors the Panthers versus the Patriots. And then when it comes to punting average, it favors the Panthers in this particular matchup. So again, the overall data favors the Panthers in this matchup. But I just don't feel good about it, especially since it's early amounts of data. And I think it's not taking into account, other sort of factors in terms of, how well the Panthers played last week, because they didn't play that well last week. So that's the other sort of thing to kind of point out, I guess, in this particular matchup. But the total O/D score, which is basically first downs created versus first downs prevented, does favor the Patriots. So from that kind of perspective, the overall data favors the Panthers, whereas the very specific data about creating first downs versus preventing first downs favors the Patriots because of their overwhelming offensive strength in this particular matchup. So this is a very sort of interesting matchup to kind of dissect. So let's get into some other sort of scenarios. So looking at completion percentage, so this is the Panthers offense versus the New England Patriots defense when it comes to completion percentage. And the Panthers have been pretty much, they've been very good when it comes to first down situations, but they've been terrible when it comes to second down situations, and pretty below average when it comes to third down situations. Now, the Patriots defense has not exactly been amazing either. You know, when it comes to first down situations and third down situations, they've been pretty much below average as well with their defense. But the second down is just so poor that I kind of worry about this matchup when you look at it in terms of second down situations. So that's definitely something to kind of think about in this particular matchup when it comes to completion percentage. Then when we get to the Patriots offense versus the Panthers defense, the Patriots have advantages when it comes to second down situations and third down situations. The Panthers defense has just not done really well when it comes to completion percentage, in terms of preventing completion percentage. And the Patriots have had some struggles in this area as well in terms of first down and second down. A lot of this is influenced because of that Kansas City game. That Kansas City game in terms of completion percentage was really poor. So it has a lot to do with, kind of influencing things right now. But the Patriots have consistently been good on third down, while the Panthers have not. So I think it pretty much does favor the Patriots, even though the Patriots have been so poor overall when it comes to first down and second down situations. Then when we get to rushing down, so this is the Panthers rushing offense versus the Patriots rushing defense, overwhelmingly favors the Panthers offense. The Panthers offense is not exactly amazing when it comes to they're not Kansas City by any stretch of the imagination, but they are proficient when it comes to creating first downs with the run on first down, second down, and third down, whereas the Patriots have not been very good at preventing first down, second down, third down run situations overall. So this pretty much favors the Panthers when it comes to this particular matchup. Then when we get to the Patriots offense versus the Panthers defense when it comes to rushing downs, the Patriots have an overwhelming sort of advantage when it comes to creating first downs on first down, as you can clearly see. Second down is a little bit more of a mixed bag, and third down is also a little bit more of a mixed bag. So despite the very good start that the Patriots had with the rushing offense against the Kansas City Chiefs, they've slowly gotten a little bit worse in terms of second down and especially third down situation. They used to be very good in terms of third down, converting first downs with the run on third down and in third down situations, that just hasn't really been the case for them. So pretty much I think the Panthers will be able to run the football, but I don't think they'll have great advantages when it comes to kind of third and short kind of situations. Especially like 3rd and 1 to 4, the Panthers have been pretty good in those situations. 3rd and 4 to 6, they've been pretty good. And the only advantage that the Patriots rushing offense actually has is in 3rd and 7 and 9 situations. So for the most part, that is definitely a matchup to kind of watch if the Patriots decide to run the football because of some of these sort of issues. Then when we get to passing situation, this is the Carolina Panthers passing offense versus the Patriots passing defense. When you look at the data, the Panthers offense has not been good when it comes to converting in first down situations, converting in second down situations, or even converting when it comes to third down situations. But the Patriots defense hasn't been that either. But keep in mind that the Panthers had a gimme last week. They were playing the Saints. The Saints are one of the worst passing defenses in the NFL. Even after that game, they were still one of the worst passing defenses in the NFL, and yet they struggled mightily to do much of anything against the Panthers defense in that particular matchup. So the Panthers offense is a problem in terms of their passing offense, and it may not even have to do with passing defense. It may not even have to do with that. It may just have to do with execution, of the offense, of the passing offense. So despite the fact that the Panthers have advantages, or at least they seemingly have some advantages, when it comes to second down situations and they're a little bit evenly matched, I'm not sure that that'll matter because of just how poorly they played last week. I think this is just sort of a sign that they can run the football pretty well, but they can't pass very well. And you're not going to win a lot of football games when that's the case. So this might actually be a bounce back week for the Patriots defense as much as it was a bounce back week for the Saints defense. So just for example, so this is definitely something I kind of worry about when it comes to the Panthers. Then when we get to the Patriots offense versus the Panthers defense, when it comes to passing situations, the Patriots pretty much overwhelmingly favors them in terms of first down situations, second down situations, and third down situations. Despite how inefficient the Patriots have been when it comes to completion percentage, they have been very good when it comes to creating first downs with the pass, creating first downs on second down situations, and also creating first downs in third down situations. So despite the rough start they had, they've been able to recover a bit, and I think they won't have too much trouble against this Panthers defense, which has been, somewhat, better, but not exactly amazing in that regard. So this is definitely a matchup to watch, but I do think it still favors the Patriots overall. So now when we get to other switches, so sack situations, in terms of sack rate on the Panthers versus the Patriots, when you look at first down situations, it's pretty much evenly matched. But the big area is third down situations. Belichick is big on situational football. He wants his defense performing well. It doesn't really matter if you're like me on first down. It doesn't really matter if you're me on second down. But when it comes to third down situations, he wants you to be at your best. He wants you to be great when it comes to third down situations. You can be kind of average when it comes to first down and average in terms of second down, but third down, crucial down and distance. And this is the main area where there's going to be some disparity. Is that the Panthers, in terms of preventing sacks on third down, it's been one of the worst in the NFL, and they're going against the Patriots defense that's one of the best in the NFL when it comes to creating sacks on third down. So this is definitely a big matchup to see what happens, because this could get ugly quick if the Patriots are able to deliver on the fact that they take pride in terms of third down situations. Then when we get to the Patriots offense versus the Panthers defense, kind of evenly matched. The Patriots have been pretty stingy when it comes to giving up sacks in various situations. The Panthers have been above average when it comes to creating sacks, and also a little bit above average when it comes to creating sacks on third down situations. So this is definitely a matchup to watch. I think I would say I'd give it to the Patriots, but I do think third down situations is a little bit more even. So that's definitely sort of that's one aspect I would watch, is when it comes to third down situations against the Patriots. The Patriots offense versus the Panthers defense in terms of third down situations. That's definitely going to be an area to kind of look at and examine because of that particular matchup. So. And also the fact that the Patriots defense has not been doing very well, Patriots offense, has not been doing well when it comes to 3rd and 4 to 6 situations. So, for whatever reason, the Patriots are just not performing well when it comes to stopping sacks in 3rd and 4 to 6. So that could be a sort of area down and distance sort of situation to kind of monitor in the game. Then when we get to interception ratio, so again, this is how many the interception ratio of the Panthers offense in various downs and distances versus the Patriots defense in terms of creating interceptions. And as you can clearly see, first down situations, second down situations favors the Patriots, third down situations favors the Panthers. So I'm going to give this to the Patriots, even though the Panthers have not been throwing interceptions in crucial situations. The fact that they have been in terms of first and second down situations does not bode well for them. So this is definitely something I kind of worry about in this matchup for the Panthers. And then when you get to the Patriots offense versus the Panthers defense, when it comes to interception ratio, the Panthers actually have advantages when it comes to first down situations, second down situations, but again, do not have an advantage when it comes to third down situations. The Patriots' biggest issues have been that first and second down kind of situation versus the third down situation. So this does favor the Panthers defense to a certain extent, but I still think that, again, when it comes to those crucial situations, the Patriots went out. Again, this is classic Belichick situational football kind of stuff. He wants his teams performing well in third down situations, and that's what they've been doing in terms of offense and defense. So this is definitely an area of some concern, but not a ton because of some of the other sort of stuff. And also, this is also heavily influenced from that Kansas City game as well. That wasn't, it's only been 3 weeks worth of data, and that definitely heavily influences things. So overall, how do I feel about this particular matchup? Well, I think that when you look at all the data, when you look at all the information, I still have to go Patriots. You know, I just think that even though the Panthers defense is not terrible, or at least the Panthers defense is better than the Panthers defense is better than the Patriots defense in a lot of different ways. However, I just think the Patriots offense is so overwhelmingly good. When you look at the offensive indicator data, and a lot of times you can, the data favors offensive stuff anyways. Like if you have a good offense, even if your defense is bad, even if you're like the Indianapolis Colts in 2006, if you have a good offense, if you're able to move the football and put points on the board, and your defense is bad, you can still win football games. You can still win football games despite some of the issues you have with your defense. So that's why I'm going to go Patriots in this particular matchup. I do think that the Panthers will have some advantages in certain situations, but after what happened against the Saints, I mean, it's like this, man. Your passing offense continues to underperform, and then you get into a layup game. Like the Saints game is a layup. If you're Cam Newton, that Saints game has to be an easy peasy win for you, and it's not, and it wasn't that. So I really worry about the Panthers offense, that it isn't just about matchups. It isn't just about the force of defenses making the passing game hard as much as it's them. It's them that's causing the passing offense to fail, and because of that, it doesn't really matter if the Patriots defense has not been performing well, if your own offense is shooting itself in the foot. So because of that, I'm going to go Patriots. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.